They say your bug-out bag is everything, but the moment you step outside, that bag becomes punishment. You're told to pack your life into a bag, your survival hinging on the contents inside. Yet, what they don't tell you is the crushing weight of every item, every ounce you thoughtlessly add. That bag, your lifeline, quickly becomes a millstone around your neck, dragging you down, draining your energy with every step you take. Every pound in that bag is a pound you have to carry, mile after endless mile. It isn't just about the weight, though. It's about the balance, the distribution, the wear and tear on your body as you haul your survival on your back. It's about the blisters forming on your shoulders, the strain on your back, the relentless pull of gravity that makes every step a Herculean effort. And the truth of it is, the more you pack, the slower you move, the more vulnerable you become. This isn't about packing for a camping trip. This is about survival, about making hard choices, about knowing what you can live without. Bugging out isn't walking into freedom. It's walking into a fight. People imagine the forest as safety. In their minds, it's a serene paradise, a haven of tranquility where survival skills will turn you into a self-reliant master of the wild. Yet the truth couldn't be further from this romanticized notion. In reality, the wilderness is a harsh, unforgiving place. It's cold, it's wet, and it's loud. The woods are full of eyes, those of animals and desperate humans alike. Constructing a shelter isn't a walk in the park. It's a labor-intensive task that requires strength, endurance, and a good knowledge of the terrain. Maintaining a fire is even harder, particularly if you're battling against the elements. Wet wood, wind, rain, snow. These are all challenges that could extinguish your lifeline in an instant. Wildlife, too, presents its own set of problems. You're not the only one trying to survive out there. Every rustle in the undergrowth could be a potential threat, and nothing feels safe. Hollywood shows people sprinting through the woods. In real life, you're moving slow, quiet, and terrified. Your pace isn't determined by adrenaline-fueled sprints, but by the harsh reality of survival. Fatigue sets in, blisters form, and hunger gnaws. Your body becomes your biggest obstacle, not your greatest ally. Every step becomes a test of endurance. Your feet throb with pain from blisters. Your muscles ache with the strain of the load you're carrying. You're not just walking, you're hauling your entire survival on your back. Your pace slows, your breath grows ragged. You're not moving fast, you're merely trying to keep moving. Hunger is a cruel taskmaster. It saps your strength, dulls your senses, and gnaws at your resolve. Every step becomes a mile, every mile an eternity. Your body craves sustenance, your mind craves rest, but you keep moving, driven by the instinct to survive. Most bug-outs fail because people simply run out of energy. Streams dry up, rivers are contaminated. It's a harsh reality we must face. Clean, drinkable water is not just sitting around waiting for you to fill up your canteen. More often than not, the water you'll come across in the wild is not safe to drink. It can be full of bacteria, viruses, and parasites that could make you sick, or worse, it could be contaminated with harmful chemicals. You might think, well, I'll just boil it. Sure, boiling water can help kill bacteria and viruses, but it won't remove chemical contaminants. And let's not forget, boiling water requires a fire, and that's a resource in itself. Gathering wood, starting a fire, waiting for the water to boil. It's all time and energy you may not have. What about water purification tablets or filters? They're great, but they are not infallible. Plus, they can run out or break, and then what? You're back to square one. And let's not overlook the obvious. You have to actually find water first. This might seem easy in theory, but in practice it can be incredibly challenging. Lakes and streams can dry up, rain might be scarce, and in a survival situation, dehydration can set in quickly. Bugging out isn't roaming. It's rationing, filtering, and hoping you guessed right. It's about understanding the realities, preparing for them, and making smart decisions. Water is life, and in a bug-out situation, it could mean the difference between survival and catastrophe. Foraging is slow and unreliable. Hunting is nearly impossible under stress. This is the bitter truth that we must face when we think about bugging out. The image of a lone survivor, easily living off the land, plucking ripe berries from bushes, and snaring rabbits for dinner is a romanticized vision that has little to do with reality. In the wilderness, food is not served on a silver platter. It's hidden, it's scarce, and it's often protected by nature's own defenses. And hunting? That requires skill, patience, and a calm mind. Luxuries that are in short supply when you're on the run. The idea of finding a bounty of edible plants and game animals might be comforting, but it's also misleading. Foraging takes time, a deep knowledge of local flora and fauna, and the ability to distinguish between what's edible and what's not. It's a gamble, and when you're fighting for survival, the stakes are too high to rely on luck. Instead, consider packing lightweight, nutritious, and easy-to-prepare food. Dehydrated meals, energy bars, nuts, and seeds are your best friends. They provide the calories you need without weighing you down. And let's not forget about the importance of rationing. It's crucial to plan your meals and control your intake. Overeating today could mean starving tomorrow. The bottom line? Without real food packed, you're burning muscle, not calories. Don't let the "you'll eat what you find" lie lead you into a trap. Prepare, pack, and plan. Your survival depends on it. People think the wilderness is empty. After collapse, it won't be. It's a common misconception, the notion that bugging out means escaping into solitude, away from the chaos and the crowds. But let's shatter that illusion right now. In the aftermath of a collapse, the wilderness won't be the untouched sanctuary you might imagine. Quite the contrary. It will teem with life, but not the tranquil kind. Desperate families, each with their own survival instincts kicked into high gear. Armed groups, with agendas as unpredictable as the wilderness itself. Looters, ready to seize upon the vulnerable. All these individuals, all these groups, they're driven by the same motivation: survival. And this shared motivation, it leads them all to the same idea: bugging out. So you're not alone in this journey. You're far, far from alone. You're on the same trails as everyone else. The same trails that lead to the same resources, the same water sources, the same sheltered spots. Competition, conflict, danger, they don't stay behind in the city. They follow you out into the wilderness, into your supposed sanctuary. So, when you think about bugging out, remember this: you won't be alone. The wilderness won't be your private refuge. It will be a stage for human drama, for the struggle of survival. Bugging out puts you on the same trails as everyone else. Constant vigilance destroys you. The notion that you can maintain unbroken security around you and your supplies is one of the most dangerous lies in the world of bugging out. The truth is, you can't be on guard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's not only physically impossible, but it's mentally draining. The constant state of high alert and anxiety takes a toll on your psyche, leading to stress, paranoia, and exhaustion. It's a vicious cycle that chips away at your resilience and your ability to make sound decisions. You can't sleep deeply, and you can't truly relax, making you prone to mistakes that could cost you everything. And so, the illusion of constant security shatters, revealing the harsh reality of bugging out. It's not about freedom or adventure. It's about fear and survival. Bugging out is fear, not freedom. One cold, wet night is enough to end everything. You might have heard this before, shrugged it off as an exaggeration, but let me tell you, it's anything but. Hypothermia, a silent, merciless enemy, doesn't care how good your pack looks or how strong your resolve is. Picture this: you're out there, in the wild, and the temperature dips. You're wet, shivering, your teeth clattering in the cold. The body's core temperature starts dropping. At first, it's just discomfort. Then, the shivering gets uncontrollable, your movements sluggish, your energy drains, confusion sets in, and before you know it, you're in a life-threatening situation. And it's not just cold weather, heat stroke in the summer, dehydration in the desert. The risks are endless. So you see, it's not just about having the right gear, it's about understanding weather patterns, knowing when to seek shelter, how to stay dry, how to stay alive. Because let's face it, weather's the biggest killer, not people. Most people have a bug-out plan, and no real destination. It's a common misconception that survival is just about getting out of Dodge, but without a clear endpoint in mind, you're just wandering aimlessly. This is not a leisurely hike, folks. It's a life-or-death journey where every step matters. Think about it. You've left the comfort of your home, the familiarity of your neighborhood. You're stepping into the unknown, into a world that's become bigger, darker, more confusing. And the woods, they're not your friendly tour guide. They're a labyrinth of shadows, sounds, and hidden dangers. Without a destination, you're like a ship adrift at sea. You're subject to the whims of the elements, the predators, the desperate. And the longer you wander, the higher your chances of never making it out. So, remember, in this game of survival, the woods don't guide you. They swallow you. Bugging out isn't an adventure, it's a last resort. Let's be clear, we've shattered some misconceptions here. The idea that you can just grab your bag and disappear into the wilderness is a dangerous illusion. The weight of your survival rests not on your backpack, but on your shoulders. The woods, contrary to popular belief, aren't a safe haven. They're a cold, unforgiving expanse filled with unseen threats. And you won't be moving fast through this terrain. Fatigue, hunger, and fear will force you to a crawl. Finding water, the lifeblood of survival, will be a never-ending quest, not a guarantee. And don't be fooled into thinking the forest will feed you. Without proper provisions, you're looking at a starvation diet, and you won't be alone out there. Expect company, desperate, dangerous company. You'll be walking the same trails as everyone else, competing for the same resources. Don't kid yourself into thinking you can defend everything. Your vigilance will wear thin, your sleep will be shallow, your nerves will fray, and the weather, the most unpredictable of all elements, will be your greatest adversary. A single cold, wet night can spell the end. Even if you have a clear, bug-out plan, the moment you step out of your familiar surroundings, the world becomes a vast, confusing labyrinth. Train for it now, while you still can, because when the time comes, the lie ends, and the reality begins.